Boom. We're in. Uh, okay, John, how are we doing? AP, good afternoon. Uh, who do we have on YouTube? Let's have a look. So yeah, it is NFP today. Expect there to be a lot. Hey, Callum, how you doing, bud? I expect there to be a lot of volatility. Hi, Dan, Mr. Webster, good afternoon. Ryan, good afternoon. I'm just going to have a quick look at gold on, to be fair, I don't like any of the charts right now. NASDAQ pushing higher. But yeah, I'm not really enjoying. I think if gold pushes down, I'll set a buy order above the highs. But if it just pops higher, I'm not going to trade anything. Yeah, what's your NFP site? NFP site is I will be looking for buys on a move lower. Um, so if wish that would stop happening. So if this market, what have we got there? 35 points. Okay, so to be fair, if we break its own high right now, I'll see if we can get a trade before NFP. I'm gonna I'm gonna see if we can. I'm gonna buy above this candle high here. See if we can get a trade in before NFP. Partial TPs set. Okay, so I've got a buy order in above this 15-minute, 30-minute candle high for it to flip bullish, fill the wick of 10 pips, and then push on. I don't, in fact, let's just move that up to the highs. I'll put another partial TP in here. So I have pending order in, guys. We've got comics coming in as well in 30 minutes, so I'm going to see if we get a little bit of that. I'm looking to buy, guys. I'm looking to buy. I'm looking to buy as the candle flips bullish with first take profit just below the wick of the spike above there. So if you have a look at this range bound move, we've seen market respect here, we've seen it respect here. We've pulled down, we've broken the low, then we've closed above this old structure high. We've had a deep retracement, so if we flip bullish, I think we're going to push on into those highs. Last month we had 300 pips push, if recall. Yeah, oh, we're about to get triggered. There we are triggered. I just need to adjust that because it moved. So we are live on gold right now. Buys are in, auto break even. I'm just going to pop that in at, there we go, 70 pips. So let's see. We're live. Didn't quite get to break even there. It was close. About 0.2 pips away from break even. So here we go. Let's see what happens. Hi guys, if you are in, that was very, very close to break even, but not quite. Currently 12 pips in loss, and if this could be this could be losing trade. I don't like the fact that we didn't spike into those highs, but we'll see. I would have expected that to fill that range straight away. The second we broke its own high, I would have expected it to fill the range. But it's what we take the trade for. 15-minute close above, deep wick down. I mean, to be fair, it was. Never mind. Come on, buyers. Let's push it up. Weak data. will obviously appreciate the price of gold, but I'm not going to forecast the data. I don't have the insight or the knowledge to try and forecast data. I'm just looking at what the candles have done and expecting a little bit of a surge on the price ahead of COMEX opening. And then the data will be whatever it's going to be. So I will be aggressive with stops. Hence, I had the 70% rule, which is 7 pips up, auto break even. We didn't quite get there. You can see missed it by, I think it was 0.2 pips. We got to 6.8 pips, and then it reversed. So 10 minutes to go, and we'll see what happens. I would like to be risk-free before the news. That is for sure. What time? The NFP is in 19 minutes. In 19 minutes. So we need about a 20 pip move. Well, 17 pip move to get to break even. Yeah, 130. So we don't need a big move to get to break even, but I'm currently in profit. Shall I set my stop loss to break even? Um, what was your plan leading into the trade? Um, if your plan was, are you buying or selling? And look, ultimately, you want to try and get to a position where you're risk free. That's that's the number one goal in trading. So this isn't looking too healthy for me now. I'm kind of having a little silent word with myself right now when it got so close to break even. Uh, I should have just moved it myself. Should have just hit stop loss at entry. When you get that close to your break even point on a news day, um, but that's the decision I made at the time, and is it the right one or the wrong one? We shall see. Buying got my TP 3580. Lovely. Well done. Getting your TPs. Well done, guys. Look at that. No matter how much you zoom in, you can see didn't quite get there. But yeah, where are these buyers when I need them? Wherever we remain in this area, I'm optimistic that we can at least get back to entry price. Hi Mark, how long before the figures come out? 17 minutes. But I'm in a bit of a shitty position right now. But we'll see. My only saving grace is how deep this retracement was before it broke the highs. So I still think buyers will come in. But it doesn't mean they're guaranteed to. So yes, I could be taking a loss. Yeah, I am long. I'm 25 pips down at the minute. 24 pips down. So I went long, not on the break of this high, but this one had put in a little bit of a top wick, then dropped really deep without breaking the low of the previous candle, and then broke its own high. So I bought as it broke its own high again. We got to just over 6 pips in profit. We set a 7 pip auto break even, which it didn't quite get to. Missed it by about 0.2, half a pip, somewhere in that region. So we're still waiting for those buyers to come in. I think we may see a retrace back up to the all-time high soon. Such a healthy pullback from the other day. Yeah, well, if it goes back to the all-time highs, then that would be nice. But the question is, how does it get there? I might get stopped out before it gets there. Can we keep this winning streak going, or are we gonna bring it to an end? Ooh, come on. So if we push back up above the level, and this is our low reference point, we've only got 14 minutes, so I need it to do a little bit of something quite quickly. If this is going to be our low reference point and we can get back up here, I will move my stop loss underneath the low of this candle to reduce risk. Okay, so let's get above that level. Get above that level. Come on. It's flirting with me. So if we can get above the level, I will be bringing my stop loss up here. So I haven't let go yet. It's still active. I want it above here. If it goes above here, then I'm going to bring my stop loss underneath the low of this candle. 13 minutes. This is where we see a lot of buyers taking action. Huge increase in backup. Let's see. I would have liked to have seen it push up from there, but it didn't. 12 minutes to get some momentum going. So I need a 28 pip move to get to break even. Uh, yeah, so we are live gold. We are live, guys. I'm long gold. I'm currently 21 pips down. And news. Well, Harrison, you're very confident this market's going up. That's 11 minutes. 11 minutes for it to come back. Yeah, well, if it has a slight drop, it's going to take me out, that's for sure. Comics will be coming in shortly. Our world, good afternoon. Quiet on YouTube today, guys. Here we go. Come on. Oh, sorry. Dog squeaky toys. Patiently watching. Yeah. Well, yeah. Confidence is a good thing. Confidence is a good thing. It can also be dangerous. Confidence is good when you're using it with a set of rules and controlled risk management, but it can be dangerous if you're just confident it's going to happen because of X, Y, and Z as opposed to following a game plan. So here we go. Well, unfortunately, this is going to be, I think, a tricky 10 minutes for this trade. Dan, you've been having one of those, what, a patient day? Or I've only done the trade this morning, so it's a positive day, or is at the minute. We shall see. If this one loses, I'll be down slightly on the day. 9 minutes. Right, I expect some movement in the next 3 or 4 minutes, and then it'll kick off on the news. What's spread out at the minute? 50. That's okay, it's just under a pip. Do not panic. I never panic, unfortunately. That's probably not a bad thing, but a win is a win, a loss is a loss. I do it day in, day out here on live stream. People see me win, they see me lose. <clears throat> 8 minutes. If you panic, you do silly things. So definitely something I've stopped myself from doing. It is what it is. Good man, Dan. That's what I like to hear. Believe in the process, mate. Follow the process, and the prize will follow. Just haven't been able to reduce risk on this one yet. 7 minutes. Love it, Harrison. A nice bullish candle inbound. There we go. Rocket candle. Let's go. Could you move stop loss to the low of the current? I could, but it's right now it's an inside candle, so it's not giving me anything. I want it back up here. 20 pips down, couple of dollars. It's nothing. Uh, who else we got? Any new people in today? Let's see if stop loss to entry works. I've uninstalled and reinstalled. For the last 2 days, it's not been working for some god for no reason. So, me and my tech skills, which are very, very limited, have uninstalled and reinstalled it several times with no, for it still not to work. But let's see if it can work when we need it, which is NFP, when the markets go crazy. Uh, Gold traders just closed it. Nice. Harrison, get ready. Love it. Man's on fire. Had buying below 35.43, cancelled the buy. 6 minutes. Are you having one of those weeks, Gold Trader? Blowing on the bottom of my screen. Love it. Ah, man. Those weeks, they come and go. But what we do know is we'll be closer to a next blue week. 5 minutes. Okay. A nice $3 move here just before the news to get me break even would be very nice indeed. But if not, I'm just going to have to run the gauntlet of the news, which I really didn't want to do. I always like to be risk-free or out of the trade before these kind of events. Spreads are going to widen in a second. And when they do, that'll probably take me out of the trade. Yeah, 15 pips. Yeah, spreads will widen and probably take me out of the trade. Unless we can have a 20 pip move now. If we get anywhere near to entry before the news, I'm going to close half the position. Just to de-risk. It doesn't look like we're getting anywhere near the entry price though, does it? Yeah, we've still got 5 minutes. Well, 3 minutes. Now, what's it saying? 2.5 minutes. So you see, I've got my cursor over close half, and that is purely just to de-risk. So if we can get up near that entry price, I will de-risk. I don't care if it sacrifices profit. I just want to make sure that I don't take a big loss. No one enjoys losing. It's much easier to deal with smaller winnings than it is bigger losses. We've got 1.5 minutes. One minute. There we go. I just closed half, guys. Closed half. So that was a loss of 20 quid. And oh, break even didn't hit. And that didn't work. So why is break even not working? Hmm. Okay, so break even didn't trigger for some reason, and the stop loss at entry didn't work. So if we get a spike up, I'm just going to close this down at whatever it is, if I can. There, I've just closed it, guys. I'm not risking the news. Break even trade. Lost 26. Let's see what it does. Let someone else take the risk. Now, If it spikes down, I'll buy. Ah, there we go. Boom. Yeah. Harrison, well done, mate. Well done. I'm not taking risk on news. I'm not taking the risk on the news. Well done, Harrison. Balls of steel, mate. Balls of steel. But that was it. I wasn't. No, 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 no. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I'm not taking a risk, guys. Listen, the one thing I don't advocate with my members, so I'm not going to do it myself, is I'm not going to sit here and say, right, let's hope it goes. My bias was to the upside, but we weren't risk free. So on that basis, I just stick to my rules. There's no, yeah, I could have made a few grand, or, but I'd rather sit on the sidelines and think, do you know what? I could have made a few grand, but it's much better than me going, fuck, I lost a few grand. That annoys me. So Harrison, well, I only had 25 quid capital purely for this news. Man, Harrison, love it. That is that's funny. Okay, so gold is back at so let me just update the stats. Text. So we have to, what is it? Text results. So that's 4 break evens. Now, how many of you would sit there and effectively gamble through the news? Because that's what it is, and that is something that I will always try and teach you not to do. If ultimately you can take a risk, and my risk was if I explain to you my trade and why I took it was I wanted to be risk free before the news, and hopefully we get that kind of impact. So let's just highlight the trade. In fact, let me do it on trading view because it's going to be easier to see because I can use arrows. Display capture. Okay, so I've just changed it over on YouTube. I'm just waiting for TikTok to allow me to change screens. And then you'll get an understanding of the price action I was looking at and why I wanted to. Right, okay, here we go. TikTok's allowing me to do it now. So let's go to the chart. Let's zoom in. So let's get rid of everything. So something to bear in mind is when you start looking at structure, we can see the structure that was formed was rejecting this area, and then this bullish white candle, which was an outside candle, so it broke the lows, then closed above the highs and closed above the structure, was my cue to be looking for long opportunities. The next candle we didn't trade initially because it went up first, then it pushed all the way down here, and then we placed a buy stop above the high of the current candle. So my objective was that the market had done something different, which is it had broken structure and then we'd had a wick down. And then if it breaks its own high, we're going to trade it, which our 10 pip target was into this wick here. And then we were looking for it to fill this price points here. And we actually put an extended target on the top of this wick with a TP2 just about here. So our bias was long, but the objective was to be long and break even before the news came out. Okay. Now, because we couldn't get long before the news, because we couldn't get to break even or bank any profits before the news, first thing I did was when it came back to entry, well, it was 2 pips below entry, I closed half off. So it was a loss of 2 pips. And then it got back just above our entry price, about 10, 15 seconds before the news. So I closed it all down. We finished it with a break-even trade. The only thing that it cost me was my commission. So, I look at that and go, well, we were in a trade for what, 20 minutes, there or thereabouts. We didn't make any money. The analysis was we expected it to go up. Did that happen? Yes. But due to keeping accounts safe, capital in control, we closed, or I closed half, and then I closed it all just ahead of the news. If it ever hit TP1 before the news, then fine, I wouldn't have done anything because we got money off the table and we're de-risked. But I am having some major issues with my stop loss at entry not working, so I do not know what's going. Dan done it once, even though it was a win with a massive risk and felt like gambling rather than a structured process, has put me off doing it again. Yeah, just remember, anything that you do is going to create a habit, and that habit you want to create is a positive, a reinforced habit. So remember, people always say practice makes perfect. No, it doesn't. Practice makes permanent. So let's just say you keep doing the same thing really bad and you're doing it time and time again, you're just going to get very bad. You're going to get very good at doing something very bad. Okay, so just remember, whatever you're doing, make sure you're doing it with a process in place. So I don't want to look at anything right now on gold other than, in fact, I'll buy this 5-minute high. I'm going to buy that 5-minute high. Open calc. Let me see if I can get the position placed. Open trade. Okay, guys, I'm just going to flick you on YouTube. So I've got a buy order above the high of the 5-minute candle. I'll change you on YouTube in a minute. On TikTok, sorry. I bloody hate. I'll change you on TikTok 1 second. I'm just getting my orders set. We're about to get triggered. So I've got a buy order above the high of that 5-minute. I'm in the trade now, guys. I'm in the trade. And I've just got to break even. And we just hit TP1. Sorry, TikTok, we just hit TP1. We're 18 pips up. Ah, fuck's sake. Trying to do this all too quickly. So we've just hit TP1 on gold on TikTok, on YouTube. I can't change. We're 22 pips up. There we go, 25 pips banked. Flick over to you. We're 40 pips up now. I'm just going to close another half. There we go. I've just closed another half at 40 pips. This is the problem with TikTok. When I try and change channel screen and the candle's too freaking big, I can't. There we go. Finally, TikTok's allowing it. Okay, so we're 48 pips up now. So I don't care what happens. We've smashed it. There we go. Banked another half, 55 pips. Right, I'm just going to let it run now. So here you go. There you go. You can see the trades. That's what we secured. I'll take another half, 70 pips. Done. Easy pips, guys. Anyone follow? Did anyone grab any pips with me? Lovely. Well done, Dan. So look, Right, if this candle breaks the high of this one, we'll bring our stop up underneath the low of this 5 minute candle. We're just gonna keep locking in profit now. So I'm not going to close any more off. I'm just going to lock profit in on the 5 minute. So as soon as it breaks the high, I'll bring the stop up. Independent, uh, do SEO. Nice, well done. Well done, Peanut. Nice one. So listen, we just were very patient there. We waited. Okay, okay, so let's bring that up. Let's lock in some pips. Remember, we've already secured 70 pips, so it doesn't matter now. Just let it go. Hey Anna, how you doing? 87 pips locked in. Lovely. We just let the market tell us what it's going to do. Pasta's staying out. Well, we're about to be, the last bit of the position's about to be taken out around 40 pips. Or is it? It's holding. And there we go. We're completely out now. Done. That's me done. Smashed it there, guys. Let's just update the we don't need huge moves to make money the way that I trade. We just need to follow the price action and we can be in and we can be out while other people are waiting for the bigger moves. I don't care about the bigger moves. The blue screen. Um, so yeah, well done, guys. Well done. For those of you that 80 pips for Anna, lovely, lovely. I know what you mean now. The blue screen. Yes. So Anna's just, I presume that's your daily target again. Blue day every day this week for Anna. Welcome back. Welcome back. Right, that's it. There's no more trades to be placed today for my members or for me. Guys on TikTok who aren't members or YouTube who aren't members, by all means, you do what you want to do. But I'm just saying, for those of you that are with me, finish the week on a high. We've done 80 pips across the board, a break even and a winning trade. Let the news happen, let it go, wait for a pullback. If the news is going to continue, we just take it as the candle flips. And that's all we did there. Nice, simple play. Any questions, guys? Well, I'm going to wrap up at 2 o'clock today. I'm not going to go until 2:30 because what's the point? There is no point. We have absolutely smashed it. What were the figures? Were they very bullish? I'm guessing they were weak dollar figures. I don't know. I've not even looked. I just followed the price. Let me see. Where is it? The figures were. Let me refresh. Figures are all rigged. Yeah. Dollar. Average hourly earnings came in as expected. Non-farm employment change 22,000. So big miss on employment and unemployment rate stayed the same at 4.3%. Uh, Average hourly earnings came in as forecasted. So, guys, well done. Let's have a look at NASDAQ. I mean, look, I'd be looking at NASDAQ longs as well on those numbers. But I'm not that buys above that high makes sense if next candle wicks down. But I'm not trading it. I'm done. I'm done. Learn to know when you've just a big miss in employment, wasn't it? Just a big miss. Forecast 75k jobs, brought in 22. So I think it's all just a play. Luca's made 3k. Awesome. Well done, Luca. Uh, Carl, thanks for the follow. 24 deliberate. Thanks for the follow. Uh, so for those of you that are new here, welcome. I do come on live every day at 1 o'clock. Was on a buy since 46 with stop loss closed at 75. Nice. A $40 move for Harrison. Well done. I'll be never be in a gold trade. Phase one complete. Happy day, John. Nice one. Nice one. Uh, it's just weak dollar, isn't it? It's weak dollar. Bullish gold is that's the only thing I can take from it. So weak dollar, more likely to cut rates, which the market's already probably phased in. But I don't try and work out fundamentals anymore. I don't believe in them. Uh, they are what they are. I just trade what I see. Because we can always create a story around the numbers that we see or the numbers that are put in front of us. We can always create a rhetoric for whatever we want to believe. So the one thing that I can't is with what I see in terms of price. If price does certain things, I then will do actions based on that. So every every trade that I do is based around an if done scenario. If this happens, I do this. If that happens, you're gonna be sitting pretty now at 35.80 shorts. You're gonna be about 60 pips up, 70 pips up. Um, yeah, I mean, looking at this, probably gonna come back down towards the news price, which should be around 35.55. Um, let's have a look. I mean, based on my rules, right? Based on my rules, depending what that is there. Yeah, I'd happily have a flip entry on the top of this candle, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. So we continue our winning streak. We continue to remain very, very positive through live streams. We got close a couple of times to being kicked out of the market, but we didn't. Um, YouTube, anyone was 200 up on that trade on my personal, but 200 down on my prop. Guessing that spreads being so different. How did you get 200 up, but did you get stopped out then on your prop? Thank you for all the likes, guys. Appreciate it. Um, when I am placing trades and things like that on TikTok, um, the screens do take a while for me to change, so I do apologize. But like I was saying, if I was going to be placing another trade, as this candle flips bullish, that would be what I would trade to fill that range of that wick. But I'm not going to do it. So if it does flip bullish, there's I would bet I would say there's a very high probability of that candle moving 10 pips at least. Uh, oh, it's copied. Yeah, definitely don't copy around news times because by the time you get entered or close it, the with the latency, there can be a huge difference, as you've seen. So never copy around news. Or if you are copying around news, then have another device open with the other account on, and then just close that one down manually. What's going on with the DAX? I don't think anything. Gold. NASDQ popping higher and higher, but I'm just gonna, in fact, guys, I'm gonna call it there. I don't think there's any point staying on any longer. If people do want to message me, you can do so. Um, if you want to ask me any questions around, I had a terrible week. Looking forward to next week. Hey, gold trader, you should be clawing back on this gold trade now. Yeah, like I said, if anyone does want to reach out and message me, you can do on 07356 That's a UK number, so it's +44. That's 07356 Drop me a message on there. I'll happily assist with any trading queries, whether you want to talk about prop accounts or looking at join the membership, whatever it may be. Yeah, I look forward to speaking with anyone that really wants to sort of step up their trading game, become more disciplined, and start making some consistent decisions about how to move forward. Okay. On that note, guys, have an amazing weekend. Be good, and I'll see you all Monday. What a great way to finish the week. If you made some big pips on this one, hit some big likes and please share and make sure you come back on Monday. All right. Thanks, Anna. Amazing week for you this week, darling. Well done. Thank you. Very kind of you. I will try to have a nice weekend this weekend. Bye, guys. Bye, 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 bye.